Hello YouTube, my name is Jason. I'm an alchemist and I've taken a little bit of a break from recording any videos. I'm in a slightly different car and this is balanced on the steering wheel, so hopefully it doesn't fall over. But the energies lately have been extremely difficult. I don't know if anybody's noticed. I think it really depends on where you are on the ascension process. But for me, right now, that full moon was intense. And there's lots of other things going on that are dislodging old energies, let's say, in our systems. So I'm finally coming out of it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And I felt like I finally feel like I could actually contribute something that's not the ramblings of someone going through a lot of energy releasing. I've reached a new level in the separation between the monkey mind and my higher self. And even when things are difficult, I've noticed that it's much easier for me to stay grounded, to not fight the feelings that the body is having, the body and mind are having, and just allow them to be. So it's been very challenging, but not as drawing me in, let's say. Drawing me in like it used to. Always used to. Hence the depression. So I've gotten to the point where I understand how this works, which has allowed me to get to that point. And also to stop trying to help others get out of this. You can't. You can't fix anyone. So the 3D matrix, whatever you'd like to call it, the dark matrix, if you look at it as an us versus them, someone suppressing you, holding you down, it only leads to separation. And the only way forward is through understanding that you are the only being. You are the only thing. Beingness, oneness. And so I started looking at it like it's a university. It's a university, the 3D matrix that is. It's a university that's all around us. It's like a boot camp where it's so intense that you need to be asleep in order to participate in it, to learn the lessons of separateness in that system. And in divine timing, you will start to wake up and get out of it. Now, it's also a university that's coming to an end. Collectively. For everyone, it's going to be at a different pace. This is my time to start waking up to this knowing. And it got me, well, I don't know what to do. So you can't help anyone through their lesson plans. In order to graduate and get the degree that they've come here to take, they need to keep going. They need to learn these hard lessons in the 3D matrix. They need to stay asleep until the lesson is learned. Then the awakening process will automatically be triggered. And it's going to happen no matter what you do. It will happen at the pace it's supposed to happen. So, letting go of trying to fix everyone and save everyone from this game that they've put themselves in. The free choice, the free will, occurs before you come here. And you decide to endure all of this stuff so that the God that is us can experience this separateness, this division, this lack of oneness in this artificial creation that we made. We have the 3D matrix itself. I understand the design of it very well and how it works, but it's kind of irrelevant, isn't it? I mean, what can we do? You can't fight against it on the outside. It's our creation. So what what do you do? Well, I think the only time where there's something that you can actually do to help is after the awakening process starts. It's the only time anyone's going to listen to these ramblings of this crazy guy on YouTube and understand what I mean. If you're asleep in the 3D university, this will sound insane. And I've been told as much many times in the comment sections of my videos, and that's fine. I'm not doing these videos for the masses. The masses are not awake yet. So the only people that this is going to appeal to are people that are in the awakening process, and that is a small percentage still to this point. So growing this channel in this way, explaining how everything works, is kind of, well, it's a good exercise for myself, but as far as making changes in the world, it's going to be minimal. Now, that being said, it only takes one person to see this, the one correct person to see this, and whoever does see this is the correct person. So all you need to do going forward is keep taking the correct step that your intuition tells you to take. So I kind of took a break because I didn't really see the value. There's no rush. All I have to do is express things as they come to me and as I feel I should, and I didn't feel like I should. I felt like I should be resting. Now, like I said, the only way to help people is if they've started the awakening process, because that's the only way they'll understand it. The only way they'll understand that this is all a creation of God, which is you, and it's going to happen no matter what we do. The divine timing is real. Therefore, let go and go with the flow until you wake up from this illusion that is the 3D. Once you wake up, you start to have a little more control over where the story goes from here. Now, there's things that are fated to happen, and they will happen for you. That's saying what's meant for you won't miss you. So just let go. What am I supposed to do with this? If I'm going to help people, they have to be at least partially awake, or else they won't even listen. There's no point in me talking to anyone about this. And then it started to occur to me, okay, then that's why people get quiet. As the awakening process gets longer and farther along, you tend to get quieter and quieter until the point where you just don't say anything anymore. Because what's the point? You can't change it for them. So I'm getting darn close to that, but I don't really want to do that. I like people. I know, as hard as it is, when someone's asleep in the 3D matrix, it's not even them. It's all conditioning of the body and the mind complex. Therefore, it's very difficult to be around once you wake up to that. You can't do the old things you used to do. You can't have small talk and talk about the weather and sports and stuff that you know is complete fabrication. And nobody wants to talk about this stuff like I do, or very few. And even at that, we're all at different levels in the awakening process, so our understanding level is different. So I'm going towards alchemy, I guess. It's a long story short. And I think it needs to be sort of a direct thing, where I help people do alchemy exercises, essentially, and I'm trying to figure out a way to do that hasn't been done before, because what's the point if it already exists? And I think I've got something, and I'm going to try on my other channel, Dragon's Fire Alchemy, which will be linked in the description. It's sort of a guided meditation, but a guided alchemy session. And I'm going to give it a go tonight and see how it pans out. Hopefully, well, I know it'll work. I understand what I'm doing. You know, there is no difference between me and you. So if I do a guided meditation for myself and you watch it, it will affect you. So in knowing that the limitations are off, you know you can affect change in other people if they're ready to hear it. So I suspect there'll be a small number who will be willing to watch that and go along with me, do through the alchemy session. But I think it's going to be very effective for you, and I think do yourself a favor, go over and try it, because I'm certain I can affect change in your energetic system. I can give you some relief remotely without even knowing who you are. Because there is no time and space. Energy is just that. It's energy, and it's all interconnected. The entire planet, which isn't even a planet, it's not. It's an energetic structure that we sit on, where we play these plays out. It's all interconnected. 1000%. So, stay tuned for that. It'll be over on my other channel, Dragon's Fire Alchemy, which is linked in the description. So I'm trying to find a way to directly assist those, the only people that I can assist, which are the people who are on the awakening journey, because no one else is going to listen. And I'm done trying to make anyone else listen, because that's a waste of my energy. You realize that we all chose to be here. We're all doing this on our own accord, and we all wanted to be here. To go through all of that stuff in the 3D. We chose it. So, who am I to take that away from you, you know? And that was, I think, a big break for me. It's this wounded healer stage that I went through, where I wanted to help everybody else and to not suffer through the stuff that I went through. When in the truth is, they're just as powerful as I am, and I can't save them from what they've created for themselves. So we just have to let go and let God, right? And I'm watching a little girl going here picking flowers. I think I'll leave it there. There's beauty all around us, guys. There is a 3D matrix. It is annoying, but there's also 5D stuff everywhere. And all you have to do is do what I did earlier, pet someone's dog, or watch a little kid amazed with nature picking flowers along the footpath in front of you. The dichotomy is right in front of us. It's right in our face. And you have to start just looking for the 5D and sort of putting blinders onto that university that's going on around us. And as people start to awaken, the grip of that university is going to start to wane, and eventually it will collapse, and everyone in it will be awake, and there's paradise, and there's the new earth. But we're not there yet. We're just at the beginning stages, if you can believe that. And I know a lot of you have been on this journey for a lot longer than I have, but it's still in the very, very beginning. So, listen to the little kid. Isn't that beautiful? All right, guys. Like I always say, I hope this video finds you well. I love you all, and we'll see you soon.